Sweet Baby Inc. as a contributor to the bad writing in modern games, such as Suicide Squad, which they proudly present. That's why there's a Steam Curator page listing all the games that they worked on. That's not okay, according to this Sweet Baby dev, and thus they coordinate to wipe out the account and the Curator's page. Why? This is like trying to wipe out someone's letterbox recommendations. This is an exercise in futility. Even if you successfully ban this guy, there will be more people making copies of the list, a lot of which came from your own website. Though I don't blame them for not listing Forspoken or the Saints Row reboot. Those are not only awful games, they are studio-destroying awful games. More than 160,000 users already followed the Curator at the time of writing. People have seen their games and are now awake to their wokeness. They were partners with these companies. People are fed up with your BS, so your move, Sweet Baby. Finally, I talk about Sweet Baby. I reserve talking about this because their games like Suicide Squad or Forspoken already suck so badly on the surface that there's really no need to go deeper into who's responsible. Thankfully, this hoopla is not that deep. It's about as surface level as you can get, because people bait them into the surface and they really do not like that. So, let's ask a simple question. What did Sweet Baby really do as a company? Why are they so hated in the eyes of gamers that a Steam Curator page had to be made to list the stuff that they worked on? The website was founded in 2018, and they are a narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal. Their purpose is to tell better, more empathetic stories. Ah yes, better stories with more empathy, such as Forspoken, a game with a protagonist so bad you want to tape her mouth shut. Diversifying and enriching the video game industry. Ah, like in the Saints Row reboot, a game made with the passion of a factory robot. Oh wait, that goes to their other game they contributed, Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. Not to be confused with Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, two infinitely better games. Now this isn't to say that everything Sweet Baby touches garbage. Alan Wake 2 is critically acclaimed, but it's great not because of Sweet Baby, but in spite of it. The rest of the resume is enough to convince gamers to avoid everything they touch. That's pretty much the major question that most people would ask when they find this topic. They want to know what Sweet Baby really does. But the thing is, what they're doing is just making things less offensive. Why can't game companies just ask people inside the company? I thought companies in current year are diverse already, but apparently not. Sweet Baby baffles me. Companies do not need a third-party consultant like Sweet Baby to make games less offensive. Companies should have their own diverse and multicultural developers that they can consult with. Heck, every Assassin's Creed game opens with that. So why need a third-party consultant? Did you guys fire your diverse members? Lots of game layoffs the last couple of years, and apparently tech layoffs disproportionately affect minorities. Was it ESG, the social metric some investors use to invest in your company based on how moral you are with environmental and social issues? So you don't want money from consumers, you want money from investors. They use a metric where freaking tobacco companies reign supreme. Great contribution to the environment and social, guys. If you consult with Sweet Baby, that means that you value their opinions and investors' money more than you value your own customers. And since you don't value my money, it will sit very happily in my wallet. Sounds like a great deal to me. Carry on. Seriously, the more and more I think about Sweet Baby, the happier I am. Not for the future of gaming. Oh no, the future of gaming is doomed. Especially when Nintendo comes in and just sues emulators like Yuzu and Chitra to financial limbo. No, I am happy for myself. Because these game companies just indirectly told me, hey, we don't need your money. We want the investors' money. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that I don't have to give my money to you. I can save my money for something else that is much more fulfilling. I want a new lens for my camera. Look at this zoom lens. Sony E-mount 18 to 100mm focal length, consistent f4 aperture, all-in-one lens for all the things I need, all at an affordable price? So cool. Anyway, cue the Sweet Baby defense team. The backlash towards Sweet Baby is not unfounded, and their defense team comes in swarming.
People can just make an I hate these people. Don't buy the games POC hands touched. In fact, harass them instead curation list, and we gotta just live with that while trying to survive and do good work.
This has nothing to do with racism, it's just games with bad writing.
Sweet Baby Inc. makes the world a better place.
No, they don't.
If you disagree, you simply have no heart.
Well, thank you. I do want to ruin Disney and Square Enix properties.
It's clear you have a certain red hat proudly hanging in your wardrobe.
Really? MAGA had bad in 2024? Then you got this post, allegedly from a Sweet Baby employee, and it goes into an unhinged woke tirade. I just want to highlight this one important point.
It's your money. Do what you want with it.
Thank you. I will. I hope those minorities you represent actually buy your games. Okay, enough of Sweet Baby. I have a couple more hooplas that I need to catch up on. Before we get to those hooplas, this video is brought to you by these wonderful people. You guys are fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel immensely. Seriously, thank you so much. Okay, let's get into hooplas from last week that I haven't talked about. Well, this is a big one. I'm not a fan of Square Enix. I like Final Fantasy 16, or at least when I watch the cutscenes on YouTube because I don't have a PS5. Lots of people love Remake 7 and cannot wait to play Rebirth. Then they did this. After introducing Tifa and Aerith wearing their swimsuits and bringing back fan service, they released a bizarre update from their previous game, Remake 7, where they censored Tifa's outfit from one of the flashbacks to make it more consistent with the outfit on Rebirth, which is a dumb excuse because why not just make the outfit on Rebirth this one? Then Nexus Mod said, yeah, but Tifa's like 15 years old, so we're going to remove the mod that restore it. Okay, if you take the think of the fetus route, then Square Enix just sexualized a minor, and yet no one bats an eye. No Final Fantasy fan was caught doing horrible stuff, or at least not when the remake came out. It's still pointless censorship all around, and Square Enix will still make money with this franchise. Good for them, at least. Alright, done with Tifa screwing me over. Wait, that came out wrong. Or did it? Anyway, what's the biggest hoopla from last week? Oh yeah, it's that AI Willy Wonka monstrosity. Well, this was quite the buzz. An event promised an immersive Willy Wonka experience. Families who had signed up for it arrived at an empty warehouse, prompting them to call the police. I mean, they're not wrong. Look at these screenshots. They're about as immersive as a puddle of water. That Oompa Loompa kid shares our sentiment. This is basically Krabbyland, except in real life. They used AI to advertise this event. They used AI-generated art to create horrific monstrosities that were incomprehensible and unreadable. The organizers created books that definitely did not come from AI. Not at all. I feel bad for the workers who participate in this. I feel bad for the kids who participate in this. My heart goes out to everyone who felt cheated. I do not feel bad for the organizers of this garbage event. They deserve all the lawsuits and angry parents they got. Moving on from horrific Willy Wonka experience where people are robbed out of their cash, we got an update to a short that we did a while ago. Remember this little comic? This comic implies that piracy is to blame for a lot of show's failures. The author responded, and it's way too long. These say, "Ma mentions got swarmed, boo-hoo." These explain the joke. There's no joke. In fact, you clearly explain your intentions by saying this.
Piracy can be a factor for a show getting cancelled.
Oh. So we got it the first time. These are just pure copium.
The comic wasn't supposed to blame the viewers for cancellations.
And then you proceed to blame the viewers for the cancellation. These are totally irrelevant. These are even more copium.
It really sucks people I've looked up to my entire career, awesome showrunners, and animation Twitter mob, now think I'm dumb and really came at me.
Velma.
Because you are.
I just posted a 5-panel cheeky piracy pirate comic. Thought people would understand the satire of it.
There's no satire. Pirates are not responsible for canceling shows in our world. Keep huffing the copium for this massive L you take, dude. And that's all for the video today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my APB Show stream channel, link down below. Go subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.